Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. A very simple definition of game. And game is just simply applied social intelligence. That's it. It ain't that deep. It's social skills. It's reading a person socially. It's navigating the world socially. Now, people might use the term game, but that's like most of the English language is slang. It's slang. It's just the slang. It's just like saying dressing well. Instead of saying they dress well, they got style, or they dress well, they got drip. It's the same thing. It ain't that complicated. And it's a very real thing because social intelligence is what anybody really needs to truly navigate the world, because you got to interact with people. Relationships are the basic interaction. We don't live in a bubble. So you got to interact. So a person who has strong social skills, they can get far in life. Now, that's just on just life in general. If we talk about the situation of man gets women, the more social skills a man has, the better he'll do with women. Now, you got some guys thinking, well, you got to be handsome, you got to be this or that. And yeah, that helps, but that's just bait. You still got to interact with them. And even in that, that's still some game. Because why the women, you got to understand, why are the women going to interact with you? Because you have that bait. They like what they see. That's a social thing. If they want to interact, if it's an interaction, it's social. Bottom line. Even when I talk about the body game, right? That's a social thing. You have a good bait that they like. And indeed, game, you could also call it street smarts, common sense, whatever. Like, let me go back with that body game, because I always get it detracted. And they say, you get some lame, yeah, I'm going to say lame, who think, oh, well, you don't need muscles. You don't need muscles. Well, no. Or no, they don't say that. They say, well, women don't like muscles. I'm like, okay, if they don't, common sense, why are women raining money on male exotic dancers? Why are women who are about to get married paying an exotic dancer to come in to their bridal party, and they about to get married the next day, and they sucking the dick of that dancer, and her bridesmaid sucking the dick of the other dancers, and she might even let them hit it. He ain't a scrawny dude. The muscles are turning her on. Why are women paying $400 to a gigolo? He ain't a scrawny dude. He got the muscles. Even when somebody talk about some Chad and Tyrone, nobody wants to talk about these guys got good body builds. That's common sense. That's a social thing. And I'm just using that example, but ultimately it's being able to interact, because I don't care what you have. You can be tall, you can be handsome, you could have money, you can have all the drip on the planet. You still got to interact with the women. You still got to talk to them. Shoot, even if they approach you, what you gonna do? Just sit there and just smile and look good and think the woman gonna take you home? Because what do women always say? Women always say, he was all right till he opened his mouth. That social thing is good. And see, despite what a lot of people think, is like, oh, you gotta have this, you gotta look like this, or you gotta have money or something. Here's the reality, because part of the social thing is getting out in the world and interacting with people. That's part of the reality. Like sitting online and stuff and just paying attention to stuff, not going out. If you go out and interact, you got to admit that you see, and probably if you really interact and know some guys who, they're not 6 feet tall. They average looking. Women even say they're average looking. They might even be average dressed, but yet they're getting some attractive women. Don't tell me y'all ain't seen it. Don't tell me y'all ain't been somewhere and seen an attractive woman with an average guy. And I on this channel, I like to say, yeah, he taking care of us sexually. But see, that's something, shoot, that's part of the social thing too. It's still the interaction. Because even get to that point, you got to communicate. Even to get to that point, you got to have a social skill. And one of the social skills is being able to read women. This is something I've seen with successful players. Like, a lot of guys try to get into the game and try to do this stuff, but That don't mean they're successful. A lot of people can get on a basketball court and it don't mean they're ready for the NBA. The thing I've found with successful players, they can read women very well. Like, and I've noticed that. And the guy might not look like whatever, but if he knows where he read the woman and say, okay, that's my opening. That's my opening. That's my opening to get in there, right? Let me make sure this is right. Seriously, because they reading a woman. Like, I remember I was doing something today, and I got reminded of a situation years ago. And these were some real players. These were some guys that ain't had no money. And shoot, they had decent body. They were in shape, but they weren't like, they weren't going to go on some stage and get money rained on them. But they would just had some serious social skills. Because I remember they looked at a woman one time and said, I bet you she got on this color underwear, right? And let's just say something happened. It was able to be verified she had on this color underwear, but they read something about her. They were, I ain't gonna give away that game, but it was something about how she was made up and everything. They could say, yeah, this was color underwear she got on. That was their whole thing. They could read it. They could find socially, they know how to tap in. Because yes, women, well, first of all, women like different looks and everything, but women are more open to dealing with a guy. It's just a situation. Yeah, she might not have been attracted at first, but he get to know her, get her laughing, get her comfortable and everything. If he know how to interact with her and then start pushing the right buttons, then he can still get in there anyway. And she might even say, you know what, I wouldn't usually deal with him, but it was something about him. That's a social thing. And even how you carry yourself, like how you fix your bait. Like socially, women, they check out body. Socially, women check out your clothing, your style and everything. They could be a magnet. And social intelligence means, okay, I know how to fix myself up to draw attention to me. You know how to get that drip going. That's what, and shoot, that's what like these young guys who are out in the streets, not sitting up on some live streams or something, but actually out in the streets, no. They'll get their drip together. They know women checking out stuff like hairlines and that lineup and everything. So they know, okay, that'll get their attention, but then I get up and just have a regular conversation with them. People call it a mouthpiece. But it's not anything magic. You just interacting with the women. But see, what I see with a lot of guys, they don't get that. Like, that's the commonality I've seen with guys who don't get that and got issues and stuff. Their social skills suck. Now, I'm going to say suck. That's why I said, guys ask me what to do to talk to women. I say, okay, you just start off and talk to 3 women a day. Say hi to 3 women a day. The whole point of that is to open you up to get your social skills together. That's the key. I don't care. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much money. Let's use that money thing. People always talking about that, but how that woman gonna know how much money you got? How she gonna know? She can't look at you and tell. Because I know somebody might say, well, if he driving a Porsche, I saw a video, they did a prank, he was down a high price car. Okay, how often do y'all see that? We talking in the real world, man. How often you see that? How many people can actually afford that? Let's be real. You got less than 10% of men out here who make over 6 figures could even afford that. So most of us going to be driving a regular car. Most of us going to live in a regular spot. Most of us can't go to, most of us can't buy some like $600 like shirt or, some $2,000 suit. Most of us going to just have on some regular stuff. So a woman can't look at you and tell you got money. I don't care what shoot. And even then, you still got to talk to her. And then if you really have some common sense, some street smarts, if that woman stepped to you and because of what you got on and all of that, you showing her some money, somebody with some common sense would know, okay, she see me as a mark. Street smarts, that's a social intelligence. And that's all game really is. Now, if you don't like using the word game, just say social intelligence, applied social intelligence. Charisma and stuff. That's why you get some guys, they don't look like what some people think is important and they still get over. Now, one problem I'm seeing out here, people don't have the same social intelligence like they used to overall. Used to be more common, but everybody, they stuck in their phones. They don't interact, you know. A lot of kids, don't really go out. Then they grow up like that, but then when it comes down to interacting, a relationship, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to interact. You actually got guys say, well, what do I say? Man, just talk. Just talk. Now, some kids got it naturally. Like my youngest son, man, he chat up anybody. He don't give a shit. Sometimes I got to slow him down. But it's a social thing. That's the key. And you can't read a book about it. You get this seriously. You can't read a book about it. Yeah, technically you can read a book about it, but you still got to get out there and practice. You still got to talk. That's always been my biggest thing. That's always been my biggest thing. It didn't matter where my weight was. It didn't matter how much money was in my bank account. It didn't matter. I could chat up anybody, anywhere. My thing is, if I can talk to a woman for 15 minutes, I got a shot. If I talk to her for 10 minutes, I got a shot. That's because my social thing. And women even said that. They said, Ron, you're very personable. They say stuff like that. So that's game. Anybody it's nothing to argue about either. You can either have those social skills or you don't. Like if I put somebody in a room with a group of women, can you holler? Can you have an intelligent conversation? And it's scary how many dudes can't. But it's something that anybody can develop. It's just, I'm about to go in the grocery store. When I see somebody, hey, how you doing? That's simple. Keep it walking, moving. And then being open for it. And then and if I would approach women, I'm going to be real, I'll be hearing about guys talking about, approach all these women and stuff. That's not social skills, that's just luck. Somebody with social skills and stuff, when they approach, they'd read the woman first and say, okay, she'd be open for me. Nah, she won't be open. All right, this will take a little while. Do I got time? And then know how to approach it. Because I give you something. When I talk to women randomly, I immediately, when I first see them, before I say a word, I immediately give them a scan and say, okay, what she got on her? What she got on her? Oh, she got her hair a certain way. Hey, I like your hair. I like that. Women be like, oh. She might have something on a t-shirt. It's like, oh, wow, you into that? I like that. I don't know that organization. Or she got on a certain necklace. I love that because that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. But that's a social thing. You just reading them. And then you got the opening. Once you got the opening, you start talking. Boom. And this game is serious. It's just applied social interaction. It's just because that's relationships. Everybody got to interact. Everybody got to interact. And like I said, if you don't like using the word game, just say, okay, social interaction, social intelligence. It's all the same principle. Don't get caught up in the semantics of it, And yeah, some people say, well, it's manipulation and stuff. No, it can be, but everything's neutral. It's like martial arts. You can use it to bully somebody if you got skills in it. That don't mean it's bad. It's just how you use it. And interactions, social interactions, please. That's just getting through life. Because you're not a hermit. Nobody's a hermit. It's a social interaction, just very brief. You driving and somebody let you get the right of way. And common sense and street smarts, it just means you can go out here and interact with people. You know what's up. You can read it. And like I said, the only way to really learn it, you got to go out here and do it. Not some studies, not sitting around talking some theory. You got to go out and interact. That's the key thing. So I want y'all to think about that. All this conversation game, it's social interaction. It come down to it. Even if you're going to do online dating or something, at some point, if you want something to happen, you got to interact with them directly. And just the dudes of men who are really good at game, really good at it, they got social skills. I can see it. I can see when I see somebody got some charisma and all that, I already know they got game. They got game. That's it. They can interact with the opposite sex. Like I said, I can chat up any woman, anytime, anywhere. So that's not even a big deal. That's my biggest skill. It ain't like I'm a certain height, complexion, body build, whatever. Because regardless of all that, you still got to talk to them. I don't give a shit what you got. I don't care what your bait is. You still got to talk to them. Now, your bait is great. It makes the interaction a bit easier. It opens it up a bit more, but you still got to talk. And part of the social thing is even how you interacting with her. How you looking at her in the eye. How you standing. The tone of your voice. All of that is social. You know? And then y'all in each other's presence. How do you smell? How do you smell? A lot of guys lose out because they don't take a damn shower. Yeah. But see, you get some guys out here, they don't know all this. And they complain and stuff. And I'm like, you just got to. Or they scared or something. Now, if you got a serious social anxiety or something, you can still work on it. You can still work on it. But most people don't. Most people don't have something clinical. Most people do not. You know? Most people just, and some people just got just lousy social skills. They so stuck on themselves. And they got a bad spirit too. I'm just going to say it. They got a bad spirit. They really just evil. Like a lot of so-called nice guys, they ain't nice. That's just the game they think will work. But I've seen it because I've known some women who've dealt with some so-called nice guys and they couldn't stand them. These guys want some evil ass shit. They were some rotten ass dudes. That nice was some fake niceness. Let's just say this, there's very few men whose hearts are just genuinely that good. Very few who can truly be called nice guys. You know? But ultimately, it's all a social thing, social skill, social interaction, being able to read the social cues that someone else is giving you. That's a skill. The intelligence is not just talking, but just being able to interact with other people socially. That's it. That's it. We don't need any more debate about it. Just use some damn common sense. If you got some common sense out this joint, shoot, that's basically it. All you need. You know? You don't have to shoot. That's all you need. All right? In fact, a lot of what I'm doing is just get y'all to really think. Even something that might not even mention women or something. It's about you developing that ability to think. Somebody read my book, when my book Nice Guys and Players came out, and said, you know what, it makes you think. I was like, damn, you got it. Shit. So, anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.